Hello, 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 Crossroads Witches and other interesting magical beings. You know I am excited to be here today. Extra doubly excited because I get to talk about bones with Miss Leah, who is another bone aficionado.
And bones.
She likes dead things too.
Hey, we can relate there.
She is one of our in-community artists, which is very, very talented in some of the things she's created. I've got a couple of things from her. I just recently got the bones that she was showing up there. And I will make sure that you all have information so that you can contact Leah. Hello, Leah.
Hi, I'm here.
Today
we're talking about
seven reasons that folks need to be using bones in their magic. All right, the first one we're going to talk about is grounding.
All right, grounding. So when you're grounding with bones, it is a way to reconnect yourself to the earth, to ground yourself with Gaia itself.
I love that phraseology because when we think about Gaia, the Mother Earth, that eco-organism that it is, understand that that's where the bones are. That's what creates soil. That's dirt. Dirt has it in it. And if you have a couple of bones, like I love your bottles.
Yeah.
They're the perfect thing to put it like in your pocket.
I got this. Oh, I know. A wrap around your neck.
Yes. Just to bring the bones in close when you're grounding and connecting back down, you will find it's so quicker, it's so easier, you know, you're just right there. Second thing we're going to talk about is using bones to connect with spiritual realms. And this includes everything and anything in spirit realm. You know, simply placing the bones on your altar is really all you need to do. Another thing I like to do with this is when you're doing any type of dream work, mojo bags, gree bags, put a little bone in it. All right.
Or when you wake up in the morning, got your journal by the bed, and while the dream's fresh in your head, jot it down and you can keep your bones on your journal, you know, or around it, you know.
Yes, they really do. If you are looking for like to intensify a message with whatever spirit folk, all bones work. Of course, ethical bones we're talking here, which is
right.
How that's one of the things when you're sourcing bones on making sure that they're ethical.
Yeah, exactly. And I like working with taxidermy, like taxidermists, or finding them myself in the woods, or sometimes like snake skin in the yard. Just knowing that it came naturally and it wasn't like anything that was harmed in any way. So
I love that. All right, next one up. This is a good one. All right,
we got it. Let's get
it. Protection.
Yes, protection. So me being the crafty witch that I am, I would take the bone and like turn it into a pendant so you can carry it around with you to honor it on your body, on your person. Or like I like to do is put it in a jar, put it on my altar, you know, or share them with other people so they can get it too.
I find that different bones have different energy to them. Some are very protector types. Some are more sit and watch. And a lot of times it's the character of the animal, the character of the bones that will dictate how you use it. You know, it doesn't mean that all of a certain animal's bones, if I have bear bones, they're all going to be protectors. Not all bears were protector type. Some
Right.
were more
Savage.
some were a little lazy, but each
Or
bone
that.
has its own. I was talking with you about, I have my
Oh, the squirrel.
my
That's what you
ground
said.
squirrel. I
Oh,
love my ground squirrel. I'm thinking, I haven't given him a name yet. Where's his little cute self at?
Squirrely.
Who he is. This is,
Squirrely fellow.
I keep mine, and then I will take it out when it's up there, and then they're put back in here for care. This is
Ooh.
a ground squirrel, and when I want things to hurry along, I put him on my altar.
Gorgeous packaging, by the way. I love it.
He has the most amazing little scurry, hyperactive energy. This particular one, yes, I'm very peculiar with mine.
He's like a shot of espresso for your witchcraft.
It is, and I love him, and I take him out and I tell him what a great job he does and things like that. Like I said, he goes in his little container, and then
I love how you said that, like you talk to it, because I do the same thing where you can like communicate with the bones because they're right there with you. You can feel their energy.
Oh yeah, I talk to all my bones. These are spirits. There is a spirit attached to these. You know, if you are choosing to work with bones witches, honor, reverence, and respect.
Mm-hmm.
All right. However you choose to treat them. For me, like a little bit of my OCD kicks in, and I'm like, let's put it in bags, and then put the bags in little boxes. But it's my way of showing honor on how important they are to me. And if your way is putting them up on a little shelf and having lights on it, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes, I've seen some beautiful displays where some witches went there.
Man, jealous.
So it's finding the way that makes sense on how you honor them. I don't think that everybody should put them in little bags, label them, and put little bags in little containers like I do.
Right, that reminded me, somebody asked me what I had, and I'm like, I know it's a skull. I think I wanted to say it was a mouse, maybe it's a groundhog, or but
I was gonna say, I also have, because this is a rat.
I think I have 3 rats around here somewhere.
Yeah, I have a rat, a pond turtle, a ground squirrel, and I have my mole for when I'm looking for hidden things.
There you go, hidden treasures.
I love Mr. Mole.
I've got a bird skull when you're feeling like taking flight, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love. I'm like,
He's adorable.
They're so, okay.
It just feels so good to connect with the bone. Knowing that they have lived and they're being honored in their afterlife is just so gorgeous to me. So.
Yes. And when you develop that connection, this leads us right into the next one, is
Perfect.
that it really does help with your astral dreaming, astral travels, moving in, flying the hedge, whatever your terminology is.
Right.
All right.
So it's almost like a natural drug, you know, where you can just grab.
Yes. And these, you know, when you have these animal spirits around you, if you're wanting to fly the hedge, you need these spirits to help you do it.
Yes.
They're
I
part
agree.
of it. You know, it takes a team to make anything happen. So you need lots of guides and spirits and ancestors around you, you know, and that's going next right into the next one. Your personal spirit guides.
Mm-hmm. Which can come in so many forms as well. I mean, animals, images, anything. Your
bones, when you are working bones and you have them on the altar, think of them as almost an open transmitter.
That's a good way to think about it. Yeah, I like that.
And for spirit guides, it's like a lot of times we'll put water, a cup of water on our altar, because we think we know that helps spirit to be able to move through physical realm.
And flow easily.
Yes.
I like that too.
And a lot of magic folk also feel that bones do the same thing.
Awesome.
That when you have bones out, it makes it easier for the spirits to work with you. All right. And it doesn't mean you have to have the bones of grandma to honor grandma.
Oh, no.
Any bone gives a connection to spirit realm. It's like, I've often said, it doesn't matter what graveyard you're standing in, put your hand on a tombstone, you are talking to your great grandma.
Right. That reminds me, when I was speaking to my dad, he lost a tooth and he gave it to me. I put it in a jar and he said, well, if I ever gave you a bone after I pass, what would you want? I said, your skull. And he's like, well, that's a little morbid, but okay. I'm like, I don't think it's legal, but that'd be awesome. I would honor his skull in so many ways, you know?
And see, when we get into other cultures, they do that.
Yeah, I know somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where.
The honoring of the dead.
The dead, for sure. It
was the Victorians that started making rules for mourning, and then from there it went into the modern funeral practices, where the funeral home does everything, you do nothing.
Yeah.
It was slowly eroded.
The families used to do it for their loved ones to the full extent. I mean, the country, I'm not sure what country I was trying to get to, but they'll actually party with the dead corpse. I'm not sure where, I forget. But.
It is quite common through many countries throughout Asia and South America.
Okay.
And then as well on the African continent, many of the countries there.
That's probably where it was.
What is quite common, in fact, actually they do it in New Orleans too, is a year after the person has been buried, they dig them up.
Dig them up. I've heard that. I think that's.
You have a hell of a party, get the bones cleaned, all neatly packaged up. Right. So that way they can go to the ancestral shrine.
Beautiful. I love that.
It is a very beautiful thing. For us, we've been removed from that. And that's why a lot of times when we talk about working with bones, we're like, oh, that's, you know.
Icky. Yeah, I know. Wash your hands. No, not I.
And understanding this is part, of it. All right, let's keep going. We went spirit guides and, of course, increasing psychic intuition. Yes, having bones around really helps us to connect to us.
And tapping into your intuition, and you're opening your third eye and seeing things clearly, and it makes you flow a lot easier when you have that protection and that ability to just tap into your psychic abilities. Is awesome.
It is. And the last reason to work with bones, the most important reason actually, is because it honors the death, life, rebirth cycle.
Beautiful, yeah.
All right. And for us, understanding life goes on.
Yeah, and it doesn't just end here. Yeah.
No, energy just changes forms. It never dissipates.
I swear, when I got this cat skull, that I thought a cat opened my closet door. And I'm like, I know there's a cat spirit in my house. And I don't have cats. So, not anymore. He passed.
But a lot of folks also don't really think, we always talk about spirit folk. We need to also talk about spirit fur babies.
Yeah, they're there too.
They are very, very much there. We have too many instances. I know my own personal experience with a dog that I had for 14 years, and sitting there one night and he brushed up against me. I felt it.
I got goosebumps.
It was that moment where I looked down and I said his name out loud, and I was like, oh my gosh. he's making sure I'm okay.
That's gorgeous. Yes.
And we do have those connections. How very important those connections are for both us and our fur babies, our spirit baby folk now. They're still there watching, helping, guiding us. And then
and tapping into your natural psychic abilities in order to know these things are happening in the moment instead of running scared is really, it's just liberating almost, you know.
We always have to remember we're in command in physical realm. They are only visiting.
Right, and I do shut it down if it gets a little hectic.
You can kick them out. This is
Hollywood.
Some of the Hollywood stuff, I'm like, no. All right. There's nothing in there but pure fantasy. All right.
I'm like, you don't have to stay. You don't have to leave, you know, you don't have to stay, but you gotta go.
I mean, if that stuff was true, do you know where it'd be happening all around the world? Think about it.
For sure.
You know, and so to always, and for all of you witches out to hear what we are saying, you are in control in physical realm. You can tell it to leave. If for any reason you feel off, it's time to go.
And that's definitely tapping into your intuition and psychic abilities, knowing that feeling arise, and you can stop it dead in its tracks.
I mean, I mean, really, I open up during the season of the dead. I just open the crossroads up to whoever wants to stop by.
Oh my gosh.
I'm an old witch. I'm like,
there you go.
I don't worry about, but I don't have, I get lost. I get lost, confused spirits. But I've occasionally got what I would call like an icky son of a bitch. Where he was like an icky son of a bitch in life, and now he's an icky son of a bitch spirit, but he's not like harmful. He's just a son of a bitch.
He's just icky.
Yeah, he's like the one that's gonna sit there and like, oh really, you can't do that. It's almost like a demon of doubt.
Yeah, that negative energy.
Yeah, it's just negative. It's not like it's scary. It's just an ass.
But I love that just in general, because you could just take that and just obliviate. No, you could just get rid of it with your positive energy and turn it around and or either go with it, you know.
Oh yeah, you know, when the space was open, I walked in here one night and I was like, oh hell no.
I'm the type, I'll cuss it out. I'll be like, get the out of here.
If I don't walk in here and get a warm fuzzy, who's ever in here is kicked out.
Yeah, you're done.
All right, that's really how I work. I'm like, okay, y'all done created icky. It's time to leave now. You know, and that we are always in control of our spaces. Like you said, we can shut it down fast if we feel we're in over our head, if we're someplace uncomfortable, something's come around. You have that happen, you know, very simple, red brick dust across doorways, windows, any type of assault.
Right, focus on like your protection. Get out the bones that you know are going to protect you against these things.
Yeah. So. And if you have a good relationship with the different bones, they're going to stop a lot of that from happening.
Awesome.
And I do want to finish up because I know I have been working on my bone set.
Nice.
My bone divination set. It is comprised of, this is great, chicken leg bones and chicken thigh bones that I've been working for the past 2 months. Last month, I added the wishbone to my thigh bones.
I love that.
And then last month too, a set of googly eyes fell into it. So now, I don't know if y'all know what googly eyes are.
No. Oh, I was gonna say, that's what I pictured. Was it actual?
No, we had them on the shelf and they fell into the jar.
Oh, so it kind of made itself. Hey, well, the eye as well could be part of the bones.
And then when I tried to take them out of the jar, I was like, my hands and the bones were getting in my way. Like they didn't want me to take the googly eyes out.
That's
so
awesome.
I've conceded to the fact that I have googly eyes now.
That reminds me, my husband's mother will actually eat fish eyes because she cooks a whole fish and she'll eat the eyeballs. I know that's totally left field, but it's just the eye still has something to do with the animal. So
and it's considered like prosperity and good luck in some places.
Yeah, for sure.
But for you witches that I'm on month 2 of creating my set of bone divinations. And I keep taking them out on full moons. And whenever the witches come around and ask the witches to hold them and say good words into them, I don't know if I'm going to paint them or not yet. I haven't made that decision. When we're making a set of bones, it typically takes several months to even start getting it together. And I didn't, I'm like, oh, why does it take that long? Well, now that I'm doing it, it takes that long.
Really? I mean, it's been at least 4 years and I started with a couple teeth, a cow tooth, and then I got a snake rib. I mean, it was such a small, and then out of nowhere, it hit me like a ton of bricks and I've got like an abundance and I just want to share, I just want to share.
Well, we have one of our witches here. Autumn Stormcaller is a bone.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. I saw that video with her. And she throws the bones and yeah, she seems really cool.
I wish I could get a camera so that y'all witches could see what we get to see in person when she's sitting around that bonfire and she starts throwing them. It is amazing. She's the one.
I love how she had the little bat quarter she threw in there, and yeah, it's because it becomes its own thing, like the googly eye.
She's been inspiring me on this journey of creating my bone divination set. I'm just so grateful.
It feels amazing, and I feel like you said in another video. And I watch your videos, let's just say. But you said that if you feel drawn to it, that it's something you should work with. So, and I've always been drawn to it. And now that it's like, it's calling me like heavy.
Right.
So, and now I'm here.
And hopefully all you witches out there that are leaning into working with bones and wondering how you can incorporate them into your practice, we've given you some ideas, or at the very least given you a little bit of inspiration to go figure out. You'll be like, ooh, but I'm going to do this instead. Of course, I want you to tell us in the comments below, how do you like to use your bones? What bones do you like to use? Anything else? I love the comment section of my videos.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to work with them. Don't let them scare you. They're not dirty. They're natural and beautiful.
No,
they're part of life.
They are. I love dead things.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But within the dead things are life.
For sure. It's the perfect balance.
Since a young child, I have always seen it this way, the beauty of that death, the spirit realm. And learning to bring that into our world, because so many of us are coming from that place of a fear, heaven, hell type. If I die, I might go to heaven.
Oh God. And that's where they start us off. It's like it's a mind game, I think it is. And then once you start to find yourself and get into it, just let it go. Honestly, go with the flow. Feel what is in your heart and what you're called to.
Oh, that is brilliant. And I think with that, witches, we're going to end. Of course, I'm going to tell you to please hit the subscribe, the like, and the notify. I appreciate each and every one of you all so much. Thank you so much for Leah for joining me in this conversation.
Oh, it's been so fun. I love it.
and everything. And if you would like to get up with Miss Leah, it's Leah Lopez. I will have it below here. She is on Facebook. We are hoping she will be opening up a little shop and expanding here.
Very
And
soon.
I will keep you updated on what she's got going on.
Yeah, we got goodie bags, bone bags.
Go off, fly those brooms, have a bright, blessed day. And as always, amen, blessed be, ashe, and ebobo.
Mwah.